I think I shared with Blanca and a couple others. Right now, the reason why we were retained by the company was because it wasn't doing that well. And so now, with SC Consulting Firm coming on board, we're restructuring, we're redesigning, we're working with businesses, we're working with individuals to be able to have a place where you can just go and feel comfortable and have a great time with, whether it's coworkers, whether it's strategic planning, or whether it's just an event. Next week, we got Thursday night football. We got one of the top motivational speakers in the country going to be right here at this lounge and with a lot of our private members. So just an opportunity to be able to just have a great time, socialize, interact with each other. It's just not a lot of places like that anymore. So that's what we want the All Britain Lounge to be. It's just a place where people can go, have fun, relax, and not have to be bothered with the day-to-day hustle and bustle.
I love that, Steve. And we are in West Palm Beach, Florida right now. We're supporting Steve Coronet and the All Britain Lounge, which is an amazing opportunity. So let's go next to Mr. Poindexter, right? Any relation?
Admiral John, Uncle John.
Tell us all about you.
I'm Todd Poindexter. I live in West Palm Beach. I'm the founder of Play Lotto Global. It's a platform to play all the world's leading lotteries online if you're not American. But as we were showing everybody here, we send you a QR code that you can post anywhere, anytime. People click on it, comes to our site, it's tracked, it does three things. It creates commissions in your wallet, automated, but the whole concept was to do good. So we have Lotto for Good as our theme, and the Cinco Foundation is here in Florida as well. So basically, Play Lotto will put money in your wallet, and the Cinco Foundation will help support charities and foundations, and the market who can play is 4 billion non-US citizens.
That's incredible, amazing. Let's go next to Ambassador Genevieve.
Hello. So most of you know that I am into the fashion world, and I like to style and do hair and makeup, and I'm a Reiki master, so I like to help people heal from the inside out, try to get you in alignment with where you are and what your intent is to be in the future. So I like to come to your house, go through your closet, try to see if I can elevate your brand, your wardrobe. A couple of people here might already give me testimonials that have seen me live and work and have seen what I can do. And so I'm basically also in personal training, which most people are here. I can already see some fine looking specimens in this room. Pitter patter. And yeah, we're just all here to elevate each other and feel better, because together is better. Yeah, thank you.
And yes, shout out to you, Genevieve, for being the most incredible stylist.
Silly rabbit.
Literally, this woman has changed my life. I will tell you, I've been coaching with Genevieve the last 2 months, and since I have, everything has elevated for me. Seriously, my phone does not stop ringing. Hi guys. All right, let's go next to Mitchell Schultz. Mitchell attended the Royal Luncheon, and I want to say hi to Murda and Salah for watching. Meet Mitchell Schultz, guys. Tell us about you, Mitchell.
Well, I have to thank Blanca for the opportunity to get a chance to meet so many very, very nice people in all different areas, mostly out there to do some good for the people of the world. We all know that this is difficult times, and that we're going through conflicts all over the world, and what we really need is more people to be in peace and in love, because it's love that spreads the peace in the world, not the evil and the hate that are among so many. Even today we heard that there was an attack somewhere in Amsterdam against Israeli athletes, and okay, we don't want to talk anything that's not good. My field is in real estate. I have been working for a number of years in developing corporate retreats for team building. And we're very, very close to finalizing and opening this year, 2025, our first retreat in Crescent City, Florida. And I think that there's a great opportunity. I think that the first model will show itself to be something that a lot of people that will have confidence in what we're doing will feel that it was a worthwhile program to develop and to invest. We're currently working with other opportunities in real estate, so that we welcome any inquiries that you might have to find out exactly where we have some opportunities that you might be having some interest. So thank you for bringing us together, Bob.
Mitchell, I love your vision of wanting to create, I don't know if you guys caught it, but his vision is to create a piece of real estate with a compound to build retreats where we can all go as corporate executives and enjoy a property and conferences. So he wants to combine his love of real estate with conferences. And I think it's a beautiful vision, and I am so excited for you, Mitchell. All right, let's go next to Dean, my new friend from the yacht. Tell us about you, Dean.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Dean. I have a consulting company that I started about a few years ago. So I'm trying to build that business. But my main focus is to create a place where all men could be safe to go there. Because we like, number one, that deal with mental issues, but when it comes to society, we cannot show that we're weak. We cannot show that we have anything wrong with us, because regardless of what's going on, we have to be strong. Which that we failed to realize, society failed to realize that men are twice to commit suicide, the fact that we board everything inside. So I want to create a space that where all men can come, they could be a safe place, they can talk about how they feel about their emotion and their feeling, and where they won't be judged, and they be able to conversate, and they could see help within among men that's there to support them. The same way that women have all different type of industry they can go to get help, and I felt men is lacking those type of industry. So my main focus is mental health, and I think a lot of people don't understand how much mental health is actually really succeed among men. So that's exactly where I wanted to be, to create something that I wanted to be succeed by 2025.
Are you thinking this online or in-person gatherings?
In-person gatherings.
So you can have your gatherings at the Albritton.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, everybody, give it up for Steve Coronet at this incredible private social club. And how excited are you?
You know, I'm ecstatic, you know, to just have so many affluential people in our lounge. But the reality of it is being able to connect. That's the one reason why I started SC Consulting Firm, is being able to connect people and organizations and businesses and nonprofits to be able to come together, because you're right, we are better together. And with that being said, is being able to connect with each other, but not doing it as a one-time thing, because at the end of the day, we come to these gatherings, we do different things, but then we don't see each other for another year. This Albritton Lounge is here for you all, it's here to be able to host events, to be able to become a private member, but we want to be able to ensure that not only this lounge is successful, but the people that we employ, the people that support this lounge, that we can be able to connect with them also so they can feed their families. So that's the reason why we need to ensure that this lounge is successful, because it's about the community. So building this together, and so I 100% agree, but I want to make sure that we have some next steps after we leave here to be able to say, hey, you know what, how can the Albritton Lounge support you all, but also vice versa, is how can we support the Albritton Lounge? It's a great space, especially if you live in this area, to just being able to come down, connect. You'll have 24-hour access to the lounge with the locker. If you want to be able to
24-hour access.
24-hour access. Whenever you're at the club, you know, 2, 3 in the morning, you come here, you can be able to, you get with me, you use your key fob, and you can get into and have 24-hour access. But not only that, is we make everyone that comes in, that becomes a member, sign an NDA. And that's for the privacy purposes, right? When you come here, you don't want to be bothered, you don't want to be photographed. You can just relax, watch the game, watch TV, do whatever you do, and just have a great time at the Albritton Lounge. And that's one of the things that makes this club so unique.
Wait a minute, Genevieve, ladies' night, no boys allowed. Sorry.
What fun is that?
You don't like that idea?
He's like, you come in at the end.
Well, I have a lot of ideas. I love your vision. And for those who don't know, Steve is a superior business consultant. He has his own business consulting firm, and he has taken several brands to the next level. So if anyone out there is watching or in the room, you have a brand, you have a business, but you need someone to drill down and strategize on marketing, business strategy, business financing. You can also collaborate with Steve and retain him as your consultant. So that's another Just wanted to
And
put that out
and
there.
that's the biggest thing. And so, you know, when you talk about, you know, a lot of people, so many people have consulting firms and they do some really good stuff. But the difference is with SC Consulting, it's the partnerships, it's the connection, being involved with playing basketball, being involved with nonprofits, being involved with helping other companies, being able to grow to that next level. You've connected with hundreds and thousands of people that now say, hey, you know, I'm doing this over here. Would you like to connect with so-and-so? He's running a business also. So I think that's the most important part when we get in these type of gatherings and settings, is that how can we support each other? Because so many times everybody always has their hand out. What can I get from it?
Yep.
But what are you sowing back into? What are you giving them back? And I think that's the, you know, we talk about the country and we talk about the world. Well, it starts with us. It starts with us being that representation of being able to say, you know what? All right, cool. I get the finances, I get the cars, I get the fancy stuff, but what are we showing our kids? We want to show our kids how to give and not always how to receive. And I think that's the most
I
important
like
part.
that.
I love that. All right, let's keep our introductions flowing. Let's hear the king of networking, George Dubeck. George, what's the good word?
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Blanca, for inviting me. You guys are all top-notch people, and that's great to network. I wrote 6 books and a workbook on business and social networking. Okay, not only in business do we need to know how to network, we need to know how to network socially. And I teach people how to find a date, a mate, also how to create family support by networking. So that's critical. I've got so much background. I'd spend all night here talking about everything I've done. But my main initiative right now is America's Real Deal. It's a brand new business investment TV show. And it's like Shark Tank on steroids. Everybody knows Shark Tank, like 15, 16 years. And the sharks are famous. And they all have startup companies that come on their show to get seed money. Okay, that's what it's all about. This show is for companies that are mature. They have to have at least $1 million of gross revenue, and they're looking to expand. And the sharks can invest. And the other cool part, though, is they're going to have a studio audience of accredited investors that can invest. And then they have a crowdfunding platform where the viewing audience can invest at $100 minimum investment. And then they have a private stock exchange where these companies can go into and people can buy and sell their stock after the fact. So this is like brilliant. I mean, it's a real business investment show. It's not like entertainment or, you know, the sharks are making millions of dollars because they're on the show. But this is a good initiative. And if anybody out there knows any companies looking for funding and they're hitting their head against the wall because you got venture capital, angel investors, loans, and people have a hard time getting money today. This is an alternative. They can go on TV and get money. So if you know anybody in that category, come and see me. And then any investors that want to become a shark and become famous can also be on the show.
Sounds incredible. And this
So there
was
you
your
go.
vision, George?
Well, I'm part of the I'm on the advisory board. It's not my show per
Okay.
se. I don't own it,
Okay.
but I'm involved in it very heavily. And they're
Love
going
it.
into season 2. They're shooting next month, actually. And then season 3 will be in the spring. So we're looking for celebrity guests, you guys that know athletes.
Steve Cornette, he's a celebrity. Come on, let's go.
Anybody that knows celebrities, like they just signed up Byron Scott. You know
Okay.
Byron Scott, the old Laker Hall of Famer. He's going to be on there with his wife. They're talking to Ray Lewis. So if you got celebrities, they're welcome to be on the show. And get it. And the exposure on TV is fantastic. I don't care what anybody says. Social media is great. Other ways are great. But if you get on television, even a lousy reality show, everybody knows you, right?
That's true.
That's it.
Well,
So,
listen,
there you go.
we'll definitely support you, George. That sounds like an amazing show. Love
Before
it.
we go, Blanca, you
course.
know, I want to, you know, introduce someone that's been alongside my team with SC Consultant, been my director of marketing. He also has his own marketing firm, and I don't want to steal his thunder, so I'll introduce Sam Augusti. And so,
Sam Augusti in the house.
Thank you. I want to appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for this opportunity to speak about my business. I want to first thank the Most High. I'm very faith-driven within my business and with me. What makes me different with my marketing is me being within the business. I don't really cookie cutter anything. I don't just have everything, you know, set before you. I like to get a diagnosis, see what you need for your business and what you're doing, and then go off of that. And also I use AI a lot. I use a lot of the newer trending stuff that we use to grow our social media. So ChatGPT, using AI for your captions, different things like that. So I'm really innovative, knowing what's going on with the trends and what's going on with social media. So that's kind of what makes my marketing business different.
I love it. I love it. So the two of you work very closely together, I take it?
So, you know, you want to share the story real quick?
Yeah,
so
I'll share the story real
share the
quick.
story so we don't have to break it down in another model.
So in a short, this was my first trainer. This was one of my first mentors. He used to train me pretty much my whole senior year. We rekindled, we got back together after I came home from college, and I was working with another company. He was working with another company, and we just got back together. He brought me on with that other company, and we pretty much hit the ground running. We were doing a lot of the stuff we're doing for here, growing the company's social media, growing their numbers, and just doing good with the company. Things didn't work out with the company. They ended up letting us go, and he ended up starting his own thing. I still have my marketing firm, and we just created our two superpowers together, and this is what we have now.
I love
Together
it.
is
Superpower collaboration.
You know, I think, you know, the emphasis on is you never forget where you come from, and you never forget those who got you to certain places. And I think so many times when we build wealth or when we get wealth is that sometimes we forget the person or the people that were under us that helped with that process. And for me, I'll tell you, you know, it's been times where I haven't had any money. And he'll tell you, you know, he'll be like, man, Steve, you know, you good? And I've always made sure he was paid regardless of whether I was feeding myself or anybody else, because I truly believe in humbly, you know, supporting those around you. And so it's not one check that he missed, whether I had a job or I didn't. He was also always made sure him and his family were taken care of. And I think you have to stay grounded. You have to have a certain level of integrity about what you stand on and principles that continue to guide. And so my faith is always going to be my driving source behind everything that I do. But it's for me, and Blanca will tell you, it's never about money. It's about relationships. If I can connect with you and build a relationship with you, the money's going to eventually come. It's enough money in this country to be able to go around. I don't have to be like a crab in a barrel and pull you down or make you feel less than. I got to pull you up. And that's why I wanted him here today, because he's doing some amazing stuff just like many of you guys are. So I'm just wanting to support that, to be able to host events here, to be able to galvanize a different group, whether it's men and women of different backgrounds. Doesn't matter what color you are. I don't see color. I see the person. I see the heart. Everybody's heart, you know, pumps, you know, blood. And so with that being said, is just being able to have this connection and amaze the amazing Blanca and what she continues to do to be able to get a certain level of energy, but not only a certain level of energy, a certain synergy. And that synergy, once you start connecting with like-minded people, there's something that you start lighting a fire with one person, and at the end of the day, you get a forest fire. And so, you know, I think that's what this is going to become. So, you know, anything that I can help and support individuals with, we're going to do it. And so, you know, I'll stand on my word. Follow me on social media. You'll see what I've already done. And if I tell somebody I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. So I'm committed to this group being here and supporting you and your ventures, and seeing how Auburn can help, seeing how Bus One, one of the best and biggest transportation companies in the country that transports all over. We just did a wedding yesterday in Jupiter, Florida, and it was a success. I thought they were going to ask me to be the best man or something. Unfortunately, it didn't go out that way. But the reality of it is that we want to support businesses, whether big or small. We want to make sure that we're right there, and I think that's the part of being able to connect with so many different people that makes us different, SC Consulting Firm, different from anyone else's. But we're all doing some phenomenal stuff.
And where can people follow you, Steve?
They can follow me on Twitter, Instagram at SC Consulting Firm. They can follow me on YouTube. They can go to my website, scconsultingfirm.org. And they can call me, phone number 213-212-1471. I feel like I'm working 24/7. You know, since August 9th, I don't think I really stopped working, because, you know, I think that was the date, you know, as Sam alluded to, I helped build a company up, and he was right there by my side, and, you know, a pretty prominent company, and, you know, they had other plans. But the reality of it is that God allows things to happen for a reason. That had to happen for us to be here right now. And so it's not just a coincidence why all of us are in this room. And it's going to be really up to each one of you guys to say, okay, can I keep this fire lit? Or, you know what, that was all good, great talk. You know, I've been in nonprofit for 20 years. I work with at-risk youth, but the reality of it is that I'm now on the other side. I want to now be that support system for those at-risk youth. Instead of going out and begging for money, I'm going out and giving the money, because that's where the true blessings are. It's not because I want to make so much money so I can buy shoes and buy this. I want to be able to set the bar, set the template to be able to do some incredible stuff for not only the youth in this country, but also the people in this country. So that's really what we're here for and what we're here about.
Love it, love it. All right, let's keep going with a few more introductions. Let's go next to, I call him Boss, but I'll let him introduce himself.
Good evening, everybody. How y'all doing? I am blessed to be here. I'm happy to see some wonderful, beautiful people here. Everybody call me Boss, but my real name is James Sabia. So in my profession, what I do is I do personal training. I help young student athletes to get a second chance in life. It's not just about sports. It's just basically have an opportunity to experience the world, you know, like that. Because you deal with a lot of kids that all they know is sport, you know, from going from the bad neighborhoods, whatever the case is, the only way they get out is just doing sports. They don't know nothing else outside of sports. So my goal is actually help a lot of young student athlete, male or female, to understand the meaning of life. It's not just about sports, because sports is a hobby, you know what I'm saying? So it's understanding again a career, understanding getting a degree, understanding going to college to experience different things, and you could change your life around to be the person that you hope to be or wish to be. So that is my goal. That's what I'm doing right now. I've been doing this for over 12 years now. I have a fitness company. It's called Fitly Performance, and then that's what I do. I help young student athletes to get a different view of life and stuff like that. So that's about it. So that's who I am. Thank you for having me.
Love it. Love it. All right, our next guest is someone very special. He's been a diamond sponsor of my platform, The Laws of Life, for 5 years. Has never missed a summit in 5 years. That means every Tuesday for 5 years, he never missed a summit.
Well, thank you. I guess I'm in the personal trainer room because I own Quantum Performance Training as a personal trainer also for 15 years as of last week, approaching 13,000 pounds removed off people from 6-year-olds up to 92-year-olds. About 5.5 years ago, I decided that I wanted to do something more to be able to scale and help more people. So I opened QPT CBD, which is short for Quantum Performance Training. And on the CBD side, I'm now at about 5.5 years at approaching 6,000 people served with 0 returns ever. It is all natural, organic, vegan, non-GMO, THC free. And speaking about the charity piece, thank you Tony Robbins, who had taught me the secret to living is giving. And I've given 10% of every penny I've earned in the past 5 years to various charities. We have a charity event next week to help Feeding America. I've worked with Operation Underground Railroad, Dawn of Freedom, Pediatric Oncology Support Team here in West Palm, American Foundation of Suicide Prevention, and a lot of other people. So, and speaking, I love what you were saying about the men's mental health, because I work with a lot of people in that area, and you know what? It's a man thing, it's a woman thing, it's a kid thing, it's an everything thing. So I'm blessed that the CBD really just takes it down a notch and gets these people off all of those crazy pharma and Adderall and Ritalin and Lexapro and Vyvanse and painkillers and all of it. So we do it with the mind, the body, the soul. I'm a free spirit. I'm a fun guy. I'm the Mark Spark. I give, I live, and I am. So come see me at qptcbd.com, and thank you for having me
We
here.
get you signed up for the Auburn Lounge, the private lounge. So listen, we gotta get some sign-ups. We gotta get you guys locked in. How do we get you guys locked in?
Have a trainer moratorium. We should have like a trainer club here.
In the shower, but we have.
What are you saying, you know?
It's my daughter calling. Hi, Leia. Supporting my dear friend Steve Coronet, who is here to elevate the Albritton Club, which is a private social club And we're maybe the Laws of Life is a networking community, which we've been running for 5 years. You can visit lawsoflife.shop to learn more. Every Tuesday at 11, Steve, we have a Zoom. And I want you to come in there and meet the community.
We'll be there.
Because it's so special. This Sunday from 3 to 5, I'll be teaching marketing at the Major Purvis Law Firm on Zoom and in person. Next Tuesday, I will be having a live Laws of Life lunch and singing showcase at the MOV restaurant, where we'll be having our luncheon, our show. Have you been there yet, MOV?
I have not.
It is a
You're invited,
Caribbean
yeah.
infusion. You gotta come. You're gonna love the food. It's ridiculous. Who here likes Caribbean fusion food? Who doesn't like that? So we're gonna have a great time. But most importantly, I'm really just so honored to be your friend, Steve, and to be here to support you and everything you're doing in our community to bring people together. And I think this opportunity to be a member of a private social club is pretty extraordinary, and I'm very excited about it.
It is. You know, I couldn't agree more, but Blanca, you know, you're really the true champion. And yes, you know, the All-Britain Lounge, the private lounge is going to be on the up and up. We're going to be doing some amazing things. We are going to be doing some events here, but ultimately, you know, just bringing people together in this private lounge, being able to make this one of the best lounges in not only South Florida, but the country, because I think that it has the bones, it has the structure. But right now is just being able to get more people involved with it to really make this private lounge a success. And it's really going to start with, you know, we have some great members currently. The members, we have some awesome members, but again, being able to come in here, having your privacy, not disclosing anything, and also being able to enjoy family and friends and bringing in guests and being able to do certain things, as well as a full bar and having hosts as well. So, you know, so Blanca, but thank you so much. And, you know, when you called me today and I tell you, you know, it was like, you know, earlier this afternoon, she was like, hey, you know, what are you doing today? I said, hey, you know, I'm going to be at the All-Britain Lounge. And she was like, well, I tell you what, let's get a couple people together and let's put a spotlight on this lounge. And you guys showed up because we're going to do some things and we're going to really build this lounge to be one of the best. And it's really going to start with some of the individuals in this room, but also the members that we currently have that have really held this club together for so long, as well as the owner. So I'm just blessed to have the opportunity for my consulting firm to be able to come here, to be able to assist the transition, also working with Bus One, and really it's just been a pleasure to work with Mike and his team on really transitioning, but really being able to grow their companies and their brands to be one of the best. And this All-Britain Lounge, private lounge, will be one of the best in South Florida, but I'm also thinking more bigger term and more growth and strategic of this being one of the best lounges that people come from all over to be able to just come here and just be a part of.
I'm seeing a franchise in your future.
I'm taking it one step at a time.
What do you
think?
think?
You know, listen, I go back to Jeremiah 29:11, and that's one of my favorite scriptures. For God knows the plans. It's not my plans, it's His plans. And whatever those plans are that He has for me and my family, I'm willing to do. But, you know, currently I have a son in New York, and, you know, prior to August 9th, I was there every 2 weeks. And, you know, it's been a blessing to be able to see the company where it is. But it's also, as the success level that you have, you can never forget about making sure that you spend that quality time with family and friends, and that's important. So from a business, from a money, financial perspective, none of that's important at the end of the day, because if you can't build genuine relationships, if you can't spend that quality time with your family and friends and the people that you care about, all this stuff eventually is going to go away at some point. And when you're on that last breath, is you're going to think back at the time that how much time did I spend with my family and friends?
That's true.
Not how much money, or did I get that, you know, necklace or that big car that I wanted. Nah, it's about, did I spend the time that I wanted with the people that cared about me? And that is going to be the most important thing that we can do, is sharing those moments with our family and friends and being able to build other people up. Because Sam will tell you, my company is the least of importance. My whole goal is being able to take care of others. I don't care what I'm struggling with. If I'm able to help my person or the person that's next to me, that's the real purpose that God puts us on on, this earth to be able to do better for other people. So I've just had the opportunity, and so now with my consulting firm, just being able to bring what I've learned in the years that I've been able to do it, whether it's been on the playing basketball, being able to train, but also being able to be a mentor to hundreds and thousands of kids, and Sam Augusti and his sister Samara being one of those. And so, just being an opportunity to be a blessing to others. So if I can help in any way, I have my hand extended to you, as well as I've already talked to, me and the owner have had, constant dialogue, and we want to be able to host events here. We want to be able to bring your family and friends here to be able to see what the lounge looks like, the opportunities that we can have here, but also realizing that it's a private lounge, and being able to, gather and people come in and smoke cigars, and being able to watch the game and order food and cater. That's what it's all about, is being able to bring together. So you talked about the mental health, but part of that mental health is being able to be around people, like-minded people, and people that aren't like you, to be able to connect with them on different levels. Hey man, you went through that? You went through that divorce? Man, me too. How did you deal with that?
Those are fun.
Oh, you're working out on that? Got it. Yeah. And so that's
You
what
have
I
a
do.
point, George?
Yeah, I'd like to bring up something. I went to 2 charity events last night, and just make everybody in the room aware of what's going on underneath the surface in America here. I went to a group called Place for Hope.
Place for Hope.
Okay, they're #1 foster child or home facility in the area. Place for Hope, rinker.org. That's the website. But there's 400,000 kids in foster home, and most of them are neglected, abused, having all kinds of issues. It's like, it just blew my mind. And then I went to the other one called 22, what the heck's the name of it? Anyway, it's for veterans, 22project.org. And I found out that 22 veterans a day are committing suicide. I never knew. I kind of heard the numbers before, but so what they have is they've got hyperbaric chambers, and they have some kind of treatments for the brain, where they take veterans. They've already done 400 to 500 veterans, and they've treated them for the brain injury, CTEs and stuff like that. And I talked to some of the veterans, and their lives after they get out are totally devastated. They're divorced, they're on drugs, they're depressed, PTSD, and there's 300,000 of them. Mm-hmm. And these guys only touched 400 to 500. It's like, and I talked to one of the veterans. He says once they're out, nobody cares anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's mind blowing. So when you think about that stuff, it's just, I don't know.
Well, that's why groups like ours, our communities that we're forming, is that we know that people have to feel connected, right? And so I think what you're doing for the community, you're bringing, if anyone isn't following George Jubeck, make sure you follow George and get on his email list, because he is attending hundreds of events, charity events. He also hosts his own event. So everybody,
yeah, you can go to theultimatenetworker.com. There you go. Get on my email list.
I love it. Well, I think what we should do now is I think we should wrap up the live stream. I want to thank everybody out there for watching. We're now going to go behind the scenes. If you want behind the scenes, then you got to show up next time. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.